For those who live under a rock or down at the Bikini Bottom, you should know that the world is not happy right now. There's ongoing racial injustice, unjust debts, riots, protests, hostile exchanges between the government and civilians, basically just chaos, all while there is still a pandemic that has yet to be slayed. I don't want my political opinions to interfere with the views of my fan base, so I'm not going to comment on anything in particular as of right now. However, if this is the kind of content you'd like, you're free to let me know in the comments section below. Anywho, to give you some background on why I'm making this video, I'm a fan of the website Omegle. I enjoy talking to some remarkable people with amazing stories to tell, conversating with people from all over the world that I share common interests with, and I enjoy the videos big YouTubers have been posting, such as Logan Paul or Darren Levi. The 2020 Black Lives Matter movement has been protested on Omegle. There are people turning off their webcams or covering them up as part of the blackout trend. Individuals are also typing BLM, the acronym for Black Lives Matter, as soon as they connect with a stranger to spread the word. I had an old white guy type a paragraph encouraging people to stay safe and that basically no matter what our beliefs are, what's going to happen to these victims aren't justified in any way by their past or by the color of their skin. It made my day because I am sometimes guilty of being ready to expect other white people to not see themselves on the same floor as the other races. So, the people I connect with see me, and by that I mean they see the tone of my skin, and because of these times, this is the first thing they use to initiate conversation. And that's okay. I don't mind talking about it, and some of these individuals have noticed a exhausted and stressed expression on my face, and I tell them that I'm okay, it's just the world right now and that it's not happy. I have a black guy tell me, Black Lives Matter, bro. And people who aren't black are usually say something like, I'm with you, we're with you, Black Lives Matter. And my response is usually, all lives matter. I watched a video that was basically a compilation of people saying, here's why you shouldn't say all lives matter. And while I agreed with the most people ranting about this is offensive, it also put me in a bad state of mind. If you want to pause this video, watch it, and then come back, I will put the link in the top of the description. Alright, so now I'm going to explain why, despite the good points that were made in this video, I still believe that between the phrases Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter, the latter is the better term. My ideology behind this is that we shouldn't have to stop and consider things from a different way because of the color of someone's skin. We shouldn't be telling ourselves, oh my god, look at that person that's being killed by an officer. Oh, wait, hold on a second. But they're black, never mind. This is a completely different ballgame. I disagree with that mindset. Let's face it, racism isn't going anywhere. Ever. Maybe centuries from now we'll be treated as objectively equal, but there's always going to be people acknowledging that as human beings, we're the same species, but we'll continue to assume that to a degree, we're still not the same human race. That's going to be a thing forever. So while I encourage everyone to fight for justice and fight for change, don't expect for this to completely evaporate and never rain down on us again. I learned something from that video, and what I learned was that Black Lives Matter is short for Black Lives Matter too, Black Lives Matter as well. Black lives matter just as much as any other race on the planet. I never painted that picture, but I also never assumed that this movement was proclaiming superiority. For those who think that, trust me, that's not the case. It's not. There is a thing known as white privilege that some people choose to overlook and ignore. And while there are situations where the media jumps on the bandwagon of racism, there are still, in fact, situations where racism, without a doubt, plays a part. My point is, one day, hopefully, black lives being inferior to other people will be history. One day, right? We're fighting for it now, and maybe it won't actually evolve into that for another half a century. But eventually, we can get there. However, there's still racial injustice towards Hispanics, Asians, and other people. It's definitely not as common from what we can see, but black lives aren't the only lives experiencing this. So what can we do to prevent this exact same cycle of black and white officers taking advantage of other races that have not yet been advocated through this movement? Say the phrase, all lives matter. Listen to that carefully. All lives matter. Not all lives matter, not just black lives. All lives matter. We are all human beings, and each and every one of us matter as we live and breathe. Not a single one of us should be singled out and categorized as anything else by our ethnicity, or what you assume our ethnicity is by the way that we appear. Now, Black Lives Matter is still a more than valid term. I believe that more than ever now, especially after seeing the video I just mentioned. But here's something else we need to keep in mind. Hispanics matter too. Asians matter. Native Americans matter. Name an ethnicity and tell me that they're not human beings like you and I. You can't. Because all of us matter. All lives matter, people. Thank you all for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed what I had to say, or if you agree with some of the things I made. If you disagree with anything I said, or if anything I said offended anyone, let me know in the comments below. Or also if you just want to add on to what I've already said in this video. Once again, thank you all for watching this video. It's so good to be back, and be sure to stick around after the intro for a question of the day. See you guys all again next time. Goodbye.